Hello my friends, and welcome to the channel for another Escape From Tarkov video. This one is going to be pretty simple. I just want to talk about some realism and survival features that aren't currently in the game as of today, April 1st, 2023, that I think would make the game more immersive and most importantly, more entertaining for everyone. I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet, so let's get right into it and discuss some very serious suggestions for making Tarkov a better place. First up, I would love to see some more immersive reload animations, including some that are dependent on our character state and how injured we are. One really simple example of this is a better animation for the retention reload, or when we reload without dropping the magazine. Currently, our character places the mag back in the vest before grabbing a new one, but it's pretty popular by now, even in video game animations, to have the extra mag in your hand and just swap them out faster that way. Another one I think would be very cool is special animations for one-handed reloads when our arm is blacked. Polinar Tactical on YouTube has some great ideas for something like this. But what if both of your arms are blacked out? It's simple, just throw your gun on the floor and reload with your teeth. For the second point that I want to talk about, we're going to focus on one of Tarkov's most unique features, the extraction system. One of my favorite extraction methods is the car extraction, where you pay a scav to drive you out of the hot zone in their swanky black SUVs. This is such a cool mechanic, but I really think it could be a lot more immersive. Look at this scene. It's neat, but it's pretty boring, and it really does not immerse you in the setting. This is Russia, and these scavs are gopniks, thugs, street urchins. They wouldn't be sitting there quietly waiting for your PMC to show up. They'd be blasting the hard base and hotboxing that SUV. Just take 5 seconds to look at this scene and tell me that it wouldn't be more immersive than the car just sitting there quietly before driving away. Alright, so we've all been in this situation before. You see a guy 300 meters away and you're not sure you can hit that headshot, but you know what you probably could hit, his big old couch backpack. That thing is impossible to miss. You don't think you can take your opponent down, but you want to ruin his day anyway. So why not let us shoot their backpacks and damage the loot to make it worthless, or even make it fall out like a tactical piñata. There's some really cool gameplay ideas with this one mechanic, like shooting propane tanks in backpacks to blow up a PMC, or even shooting that bottle of juice in their pockets so it looks like they pissed themselves. The possibilities really are endless, you just have to use your imagination. Now this next realism mechanic is something I know for a fact has been suggested before, but unfortunately I can't remember who made the original video suggesting this feature, so if you can find it, please link it in the comments. Basically, the idea is, why are we so limited in how we can transport loot in Tarkov? The game acts like the only way to carry things is in a backpack or in your pockets, which is pretty unrealistic. We could easily carry valuable items in our hands, or more importantly, we could add a little bit of nostalgia to Tarkov and haul things around in little red wagons tied to our characters' belts. Think about it. Tank batteries are really heavy, but by using the principle of mechanical assistance, we could be cruising to extraction with 100 kilograms of valuable junk in our little wagons and feel like we aren't carrying anything at all. I'm sure there's other ways we can implement something like this, but to be honest, the little red wagons kind of seem like the most practical way to get this mechanic in the game quickly. For point number 3 in this video, I think it's pretty obvious that everyone in the community wants gun jamming to be a more intrusive mechanic. And I don't just mean we want our guns to malfunction more often, but in much more catastrophic ways. Why stop at bolts getting stuck? I want to see things burst through the receiver and take our eye out. I want my M4 to literally explode in my hands and leave me with 2 stumps for the rest of the raid. This is pretty self-explanatory, and I think it's obvious to see how this would improve the gameplay experience for pretty much everyone. Now this next one has actually been teased before by the developers, but I want to talk about it anyway. It's a well-known fact that in Russia, cats are the most popular pet. In fact, a study has shown that over 60% of Russian homes have at least one cat. So my question really is, where are the cats in Tarkov? BSG is really dropping the ball with this one, and I don't know how much longer Tarkov can really survive without more cat mechanics and meta cat builds. Of course, this is also a prime target for cosmetic microtransactions. I don't know about you, but I'd be lining up with my credit card to get the newest hideout cat skin every month. For point number 5, I think we need to talk about food, or more importantly, the type of food that we eat in Tarkov and what it does to the human body. I don't know about you guys, but my PMC has one of the most unhealthy diets I could ever imagine. He survives on meatball MREs, eaten cold by the way, sugar cubes, rusty old cans of peas, and cartons of milk that have been expired for over 4 years and sitting out in the hot summer sun. This diet would turn a normal person into a ticking time bomb, desperately seeking a route to the nearest shitter for an emergency evacuation. Sadly, PUBG of all games has beaten Tarkov to the punch on this important realism mechanic, and that patch was covered in detail by the Viva La Dirt League channel. I think Tarkov could learn a lot from PUBG when it comes to this mechanic, and I know it would make my raids more immersive and explosive. Another realism feature that I've been thinking about lately centers around broken bones, and specifically broken legs. I don't know about you, but sometimes my PMC breaks his legs multiple times within 5 minutes. Tarkov characters have a pretty strong healing factor, so those fractures go away pretty quick. But did you know that leg fractures are actually used in a real-life surgical procedure to help a person grow taller? Personally, I think it's long overdue to make this reality in Tarkov. Every time we break our legs, our character could get 1 centimeter taller. This could be an interesting cosmetic choice, since when you see a 9-foot tall PMC off in the distance, you know that guy is an experienced fighter who is no stranger to pain. We could even make this work on our arms, and after enough fractures, it could actually extend the range that we can pick up items from, to reflect how long and gangly our arms have gotten over time after repeated fractures. Kind of related to the last point, I think another feature that would really improve Tarkov gunfights is permanent retinal damage from the sheer amount of time we're exposed to high-powered LED lights at very close range. Everyone who plays this game knows that the flashlights have a very fun, immersive, and balanced mechanic where as long as you point it vaguely in the general direction of another player, it makes them blind like they were staring into the sun in broad daylight through a telescope. This is one of the most beloved mechanics in the game, for sure. But if Tarkov is so realistic, where's the permanent retinal damage? After getting strobed by literally hundreds of tactical flashlights, our character's eyes should basically require surgery to even work properly. Personally, I don't think flashlights turning close-range gunfights into a coin flip because both players are blind is really enough of an impact on the game. These things should damage our eyes and require 10 ophthalmoscopes and 2 million rubles to therapists to fully heal after every raid. Of course, if we're talking about permanent damage to our characters, why stop at the physical? I'm positive that being stuck in a place like Tarkov would be just as catastrophic to our characters' mental health as it is to their physical well-being. My PMC lives in a dank little hole in the wall, lit by harsh fluorescent tube lighting, and basically every day of his existence is spent murdering civilians who couldn't afford to get out of Tarkov. That being said, where's my severe PTSD? I want my character to have random hallucinations. I want him to wake up shivering at night with the memory of that one time he accidentally killed a teammate. I want to hear Jaeger's voice constantly whispering in my ear, reminding me that I still have some quests to do. Overall, I think all of these long-term damage mechanics would really make Tarkov more realistic, and I would welcome them with open arms. As a bonus, for the final point in this video, I think there should be a more robust mechanic to actually escape from Tarkov. Once you complete all the quests, you should have a final mission where you catch a helicopter on streets, and when you're done, the credits roll and the game forcibly uninstalls itself from your PC and time locks you out of reinstalling until the next wipe. This would really assist with burnout and honestly might be the single most important feature missing in Tarkov. Well, that's all I have for you today, and if you didn't clue in by like the second paragraph of this script, this is a sarcastic April Fool's video and not legitimate super serious suggestions. I just needed to laugh about Tarkov for a while and the timing was kind of right, so I hope you enjoyed the video and let me know what ironic mechanics you think would be hilarious to see in Tarkov, even if only as a joke. Thanks for checking out the video. I've got links to my Twitch stream and Discord server down below for anyone interested. And until next time, stay safe in Tarkov City.